The search for a missing Dane County mother is over. Minutes ago, we just learned the human remains found in rural Dane County belonged to Krista Halderson. At least 6 tornadoes have been confirmed in Wisconsin following this week's severe weather outbreak, and crews are still surveying some of the damage in our area.
This is News 3 Now at noon.
And we have breaking news at noon. Human remains found 2 weeks ago belong to the missing Dane County mother, and more charges will likely soon be filed against her son. 30 minutes ago, the Dane County Sheriff provided an update on the search for Krista Halderson. They say the dismembered remains found on DNR land in Roxbury match Krista's DNA. They're also adding another homicide charge against her son, Chandler. Chandler reported his parents missing earlier this month. He's since been arrested and charged in his father's death.
We have kept the Halderson family in our thoughts and prayers throughout this investigation, and we extend our continued sympathies to them today. We ask that everyone allow them to grieve this tremendous loss with the utmost respect, dignity, and space.
Chandler Halderson is the only person charged in connection to this investigation. The sheriff says there are no other suspects at this time. We have more information regarding the Halderson case online, including a timeline of dates linked to this investigation. You can find those stories by visiting channel3000.com or downloading our news app. It's free in your app store. Let's head to the Weather Center now. Meteorologist Chris Reese has a look at your certified most accurate forecast. Relief out there today with that humidity.
Oh my gosh, does it not feel amazing as you step out? Yes, it's a little cloudy, but the sun's not beating down on you, so there's your silver lining there. Here's a live look outside right now. We had more sunshine this morning, but now you're noticing clouds trying to thicken back up. And the reality is you can actually see some blue sky in here. I'm going to circle it just for those of you looking at home. But even still, it's kind of gray looking. That is because we do have an incredible amount of smoke in our atmosphere. We're sitting at 70 degrees, though, at this time. The air is calm, so we're not really seeing much in the way of wind. But check out the dew points down into the low 50s. So yes, this is the type of air that feels very good as you are out and about. Janesville, you're at 72, 74, the warm spot in La Crosse this afternoon so far. We're also watching at least a chance of a little shower skirting by towards the south and west. I first brought this up to you earlier this morning. Even still, our air is dry enough that this should not make it towards the ground, but we're watching this disturbance coming out of the Dakotas towards the south and east, areas right along the Mississippi River. You're talking the closer you are to places like Dubuque, you do have a shot at an outside stray shower, but I do expect the air to generally be dry enough that if anything makes it down, it's just drizzle at that point. Looking ahead, look for the clouds to increase those. That system gets closer. We will only top out at 77 this afternoon. But we could also be talking a chance of storms for the weekend, and we also have a severe weather outlook to discuss with them as well, so don't go anywhere.
Lots going on. All right, Chris, thank you. Crews with the National Weather Service are expected to be in Dane County today. They're looking at some of the damage reported near where Verona and Middleton meet. So far, 6 tornadoes touched down in the state during this week's storms. The majority of those were in southern Wisconsin. This video shows the tornado damage in Concord. That's a town in Jefferson County. Governor Evers issued a state of emergency this week to help with recovery efforts. This allows the National Guard to step in and help if needed. 1 death has been linked to the storms in Wisconsin. A man crashed into a fallen tree and downed power line near Ripon. Communities across the state were impacted by this storm system. This video shows the damage in Ripon. The East Coast also dealing with widespread damage due to these storms. Take a look at the damage in Bucks County, Pennsylvania. That's about 45 minutes away from downtown Philadelphia. Businesses and homes were damaged. Trees were knocked down. Residents said it sounded like a bomb going off when the storm hit. No injuries were reported as a result of this storm. And look at this aerial video from Long Beach Island in New Jersey. It was just taken this morning. It shows some of the damage to a home located on the water. You can see trees uprooted and damage to a boathouse. 12 tornado warnings sounded in New Jersey overnight. Survey teams from the National Weather Service are looking at the damage today. A federal freeze on most evictions that was enacted during the height of the pandemic is set to expire tomorrow. The moratorium was put into place by the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. President Biden is calling on Congress to extend the moratorium until the end of the year, but neither chamber has yet to start that process. We have a list of how this will all impact Wisconsin renters on our website, channel3000.com. The U.S. is falling behind other developed nations in vaccination rates despite their wide availability. This comes as the Delta variant continues to cause a spike in cases. Skylar Henry has more.
New data from the CDC shows the Delta variant of the coronavirus is much more contagious than previously thought. CBS News has confirmed a Washington Post report on an internal CDC document that says the Delta variant may spread as quickly as chickenpox. CDC Director Dr. Rochelle Walensky referenced the report during her interview with CBS This Morning on Wednesday.
New data that we've seen just in the last several days, but corroborated several times, is that if you are vaccinated and you are one of those rare breakthrough infections, you actually have the capacity to pass it to somebody else.
The document states the CDC must publicly acknowledge the war has changed. It argues the agency has struggled to persuade the public to embrace vaccination and preventative measures such as mask wearing. The Post reports Dr. Walensky privately briefed lawmakers about the content of the report this week, and the new data helped prompt the new CDC mask guidelines. The agency revised its guidelines this week, saying even vaccinated people should wear masks indoors in areas where COVID rates are high.
We need to wear a mask to protect each other and to stop the rapid spread of this virus as we work to get more people vaccinated.
Thursday, President Biden announced he's requiring federal workers and contractors to be vaccinated or be masked, tested, and socially distanced while at work.
What I'm trying to do is keep people safe. I mean that sincerely. So, if in fact you're unvaccinated, you present a problem to yourself, to your family, and to those with whom you work.
The Pentagon announced the military will follow the same rules and may eventually require all troops be vaccinated. Skylar Henry, CBS News, Washington.
And there is pushback in some areas to mask and vaccine mandates. Texas Governor Greg Abbott signed an executive order last night prohibiting mask and vaccine mandates at agencies and businesses that receive funds from the state. It also forbids local governments in Texas from mandating masks. New COVID cases continue to rise in Dane County due to the Delta variant. Public Health is recommending anyone 2 and older wear masks inside again, regardless of vaccination status. As of now, no mandate is in place. And just 20 minutes ago, Rock County announced it's joining Dane County in this recommendation. Masks are required at this year's CrossFit Games. More than 600 people are competing here in Madison this weekend to become the fittest on earth. The games were canceled last year because of the pandemic, but are back with some new safety protocols. I'll be at the games this afternoon for Live at 4 along with Susan Simon. We'll be sharing some of the inspiring stories of competitors. Be sure to join us again for Live at 4. There's more to come at News 3 Now at noon. A new app lets you swim in a stranger's pool, and it's making waves across the country. That story and other consumer news next at noon.
One call, that's all.
One call, that's all means that you call Gruber Law Offices and your case is handled. You don't have to worry about anything anymore. They take care of you completely.
One call, that's all.
Don't you wish you could wave a magic wand and have whiter teeth? Well, you can, but it's not magic. It's power swabs. Just swab your teeth for 5 minutes and boom, whiter teeth and a better smile. And since you're not dealing with messy trays or awkward strips, you're less vulnerable to the harsh sensitivity they sometimes create.
I've used strips. They seem to really hurt my teeth. The power swabs, it just seemed very gentle.
It's so simple and easy. You just open it, you apply it to your teeth, you forget it's there, and I noticed that they're white and bright again like they were before.
I noticed actually a difference the first time that I used power swabs. You put on the first coat and then the activator goes on and immediately you start seeing it working.
It only takes 5-minute applications to get a brighter, whiter smile with power swabs. You just snap, swab, and smile. Power swabs have been clinically studied to whiten natural teeth and remove stains from caps, crowns, and veneers. It's so powerful, it removes stains from coffee, tea, red wine, and even smoking.
I love my coffee in the morning.
I will never stop drinking coffee. I will not be the person drinking hot coffee with a straw.
As much coffee as I drink, I can use my power swabs and eliminate the staining.
When I use the power swabs, I applied it directly to my front tooth where the coffee stain was.
I like being able to individually get the teeth, and most importantly, it got kind of in between the grooves.
You can put it directly on the stain that you see on your teeth, and it's so precise.
But as powerful as it is, it's also gentle and causes 0 to minimal sensitivity.
This didn't sting, it didn't burn, it didn't have have an aftertaste. It was just a swab, and I just got to rub it on my teeth, and that was it.
Take it from me as someone who has gone the dental route, but has also gone on the shelf route, and I've not really seen anything work as effective and as easy as power swabs.
Whiten your teeth today by ordering power swabs and receive 40% off the regular price. Shipping is free, plus you'll receive a free quick stick pen to use on the go after meals or a cup of coffee. Visit powerswabs.com or call the number on your screen.
Is your credit score getting in the way of the things you want to do? Personal loans through NetCredit offer fast and flexible lending. Borrow up to $10,000 and choose repayment terms that work for you. You may even be able to build your credit history as you repay. NetCredit, a more personal loan.
If you've been injured, you know what to do.
Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
One call, that's all.
As the economy reopens following pandemic lockdowns, MasterCard says Americans are spending on their credit cards. MasterCard use surged in the second quarter, earning MasterCard $1.9 billion in profit and beating expectations. Credit card companies took a big hit during the height of the pandemic as spending slowed. Unemployment claims are near a pandemic low. New claims filed last week dropped slightly to 400,000. The labor market and economy are both expected to recover, but economists fear the Delta variant could bring new challenges. Scarlett Johansson is suing Disney over the streaming release of Black Widow on Disney+. According to the lawsuit, the film star and executive producer says her contract guaranteed her a theatrical release, adding the simultaneous streaming release impacts her potential earnings. In a statement, Disney said there was no merit to the filing and that it shows callous disregard for the effects of the COVID-19 pandemic. A new survey breaks down just how much Americans are ready to get out the house. A poll from the online travel agent eDreams found the majority of Americans rank traveling as their most therapeutic pastime. More than half of those surveyed said they plan to take a short trip over the next few months, but many are still choosing destinations with fewer crowds. And that's your CBS Money Watch report. For more, head to cbsmoneywatch.com. At the New York Stock Exchange, I'm Elise Preston.
Thank you, Elise. Strict rules are in place for anyone going to Lollapalooza in Chicago this weekend. The annual music festival started yesterday and runs through the weekend. Around 100,000 people expected to attend per day. Organizers are asking unvaccinated guests to remain masked while on the grounds. With COVID cases climbing again amid the Delta variant spread and new masking guidance, some have decided to skip the festival, but others remain undeterred.
Well, we have our N95 masks ready, so we're going to try and be front row for at least 2 artists, but otherwise we're not trying to be like mingling too much, not sharing drinks.
COVID tests shown by unvaccinated attendees cannot be more than 72 hours old, so anyone with a 4-day pass that isn't vaccinated has to get tested twice. There is a vaccination clinic set up just outside the festival for those finally ready to get the shot. A new app calls itself the Airbnb of private swimming pools. Swimply allows people to rent out private swimming pools. The company started in 2018 in New Jersey when a man charged neighbors a small fee to use his pool. Since then, the idea has grown into a website book platform and offers more than 15,000 pools nationwide. There are rentals here in the Madison area. Swimply makes money from each transaction, 15% from hosts and 10% from guests. Let's check Wall Street at the noon hour. The Dow Industrials down 136 points. The NASDAQ off 82. The S&P 500 down 19. Well, it's been an eventful weather week here in Wisconsin, to say the least, and we have a chance for more storms tomorrow night. Chris has the details in your first warn forecast coming up.
This is your last chance to score Black Friday deals in July at Ashley HomeStore. Find doorbusters at Black Friday discounts of up to 60% off, plus no interest for 5 years. Pay less than $20 a month for a new room you'll love. Must end Tuesday. Only at Ashley HomeStore.
Tackle your projects with help from Menards. Start cleaning up with a new Briggs & Stratton pressure washer and restore your home's curb appeal instantly. Get 11% off all Briggs & Stratton, Snapper, and Brute outdoor power equipment. Check out a Generac 21 to 25 24,000-watt home standby generator with Mobile Link. It provides the electricity you need during a power outage. Get it on Menards.com with free shipping to the store and save 11%.
Save big money at Menards.
After an accident, if you want to win, time is not on your side. Every second you wait, the less your case may be worth, which is why what you do next is critically important. You may have only one chance to get this right. So put a powerful law firm on your side, one the insurance companies have dealt with before. Call Hupy and Abraham right now. Tell the insurance company you mean business.
Are your taste buds ready for Madison Magazine's Summer Taste Tour? Starting August 1st through the 21st, tour the city of Madison to restaurants, breweries, distilleries, and wineries to sample and participate in Madison Magazine's scavenger hunt. Visit MadisonMagazine.com for a map of participating businesses and scavenger hunt details. Madison Magazine Summer Taste Tour, August 1st to the 21st. Taste the goodness. Sponsored by Schuster's Farm. Come out for Blooms and Butterflies starting August 6th. Live music, beer, wine, and taco cart. Visit SchustersFarm.com for tickets.
Black Friday and July mattress deals must end Tuesday at Ashley HOMESTORE. Save up to 60% off the best brands. Plus, pay as little as $20 a month for luxury mattresses. Through Tuesday only at Ashley HOMESTORE.
Feels good to be home.
Hey folks, Saturday morning we will update the rain chances this weekend in Madison's certified most accurate forecast, and we'll provide the latest on the Delta variant as communities prepare for the spread. Join us Saturday morning at 5 and 8.
Enhanced risk to see those strong storms.
When severe storms roll through southern Wisconsin overnight Wednesday,
You should be in a safe area immediately.
News 3 Now and First Warn Weather kept you informed with team coverage. Trust First Warn Weather, committed to keeping you safe and ahead of the storm. The Farm Report is sponsored by Blain's Farm and Fleet.
Let's check in now with Pam Yankee from the Midwest Farm Report. You were at the State Fair yesterday. How are things looking over there?
Boy, they're busy, busy, busy. You know, you forget how many people have invested in those facilities. A lot of the restaurants, the food vendors, they've got permanent buildings there that they had to try to start reinvigorating for the big event, which opens officially on Thursday. It's the 170th Wisconsin State Fair this year. I was talking with all of the staff as well as a lot of the Sporky vendors. Those would be the food vendors that have come up with a new food item that they're going to feature to get the fair started. Kathleen O'Leary, who is the CEO and president of State Fair Park, her and I were chatting, and she said a lot of people ask, why is the Wisconsin State Fair in the southeast corner of the state, probably the least agriculture area of the state? Well, it wasn't always that way. Kathleen said you have to remember that West Dallas, that Milwaukee area was the hub of all activity when it came to food markets, the first areas that had frozen food. It was also the easiest as far as transportation. Back when the fair started around 1851, people were taking boats from Chicago up to Milwaukee to be a part of the Wisconsin State Fair. Remember, it was a different time. Agriculture was the focal point. People came there to see the latest technologies for agriculture, the latest genetics as far as the livestock. So that's why basically the infrastructure of the Wisconsin State Fair started there in West Allis and remains today. Although even before they settled in West Allis, the State Fair moved from county to county in southeast Wisconsin as it really was getting started. So kind of fascinating to take a look at some of the history for that show. And they'll be noting some of that, obviously, as we get started next week. And I'm going to be right up to my earlobes in Wisconsin State Fair coverage starting on Thursday. Best to follow along at MidwestFarmReport.com. Fabulous Farm Babe on Facebook. Barrel cheese on a Friday down 1/4 cent at $1.39. 40-pound block cheese and AA butter finished the week all unchanged. So, and boy, this weather outside is just beautiful. Yesterday it was still a little bit warm for the old farm babes standing out on the fairgrounds. But boy, this is a nice little break today.
It really is refreshing out there, that's for sure. All right, enjoy the weekend, Pam.
You too.
And here's Chris with that weekend forecast.
Yeah, things are going to start to look good for us as we move into the weekend, but we're still seeing the damage pictures that you guys at home sent in to us. And so yesterday we spent a lot of time focusing on the community of Cross Plains. Today, in our viewing area, a lot of these damage pictures are coming from the Middleton and Verona area. Think Old Sauk Road or Valley View Road or Midtown. This is where we've seen a lot of the damage. So this right here is an uprooted tree. Typically with an uprooted tree, this is due to straight line winds when it falls like this. And I mean, look at the wideness of the tree root system. In fact, just to give you reference, the person who sent this in, a teenager at this point, and a tall one at that, is down in the cavity that was left from the tree after it fell. Now here's some other damage. This is also in the same area. This is Midtown Road near Valley View. And here's one thing that's interesting about this, and this is part of why the National Weather Service is in this area as we speak right now, surveying the damage. Typically with straight line winds, your tree completely falls and it's uprooted. But in this case, we've seen these trees completely snap right there at the trunk, and then the tops of those be blown on top of that house there. So that's certainly some damage to survey. Then you have this home where the garage has been blown in. Some of the structural framing around the edge of the garage has been damaged as well. So we'll be following all afternoon to let you guys know what the National Weather Service determines in terms of whether or not it was straight line winds or whether or not it was a tornado. But we're not concerned about experiencing any of that kind of weather out there today. It's cloudy, it's hazy, temperatures are at 70 degrees, and dew points are into the low 50s. It's like a breath of fresh air out there, even though literally, especially the further west you are, the air quality is low because of the smoke, but it just feels better as you begin to step out. Some of us are still into the 60s as well at this noontime hour. We're going to continue to warm things up into the 70s as we go through the afternoon. And right here, close to Dubuque, this is what I was talking about just a couple moments ago. That's where you have that best shot at seeing a little bit of a shower as that disturbance around the Dakota starts to slide its way towards the south and east. The bulk of that really should miss us towards the south and east. We have high pressure that's in control, that's bringing in drier air off of the lake and pushing the moisture that would try to move in to overcome that dry air further to our south. So we're going to watch the storm chance moving in as we go through tomorrow. But for today, look for clouds and a temperature topping out into the upper 70s. Tomorrow, those storms start to develop into the afternoon. It's not a lot, but you see it towards the north. That's going to push its way towards the south. We just have to watch them closely because any of those storms that go up, especially further north, they do have a marginal risk, level 1 out of 5, of being on the severe side. Once we get past that, smooth sailing for Sunday and Monday, really even for Tuesday as well. And then our next chance to see those showers of thunderstorms, that arrives as we get you towards Friday of next week.
Yeah, liking those 70s next week.
I am liking it too, Mark. The last week with the 90s and the humidity, I moved away from Houston for a reason, and this is why.
Yeah, a lot better. All right, Chris, thank you. There's more to come on News 3 Now at noon. I'm next to see what Howard's working on in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
When I say the cookies we're making today are one of my all-time favorites, you know they gotta be good.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Earn a 25-cent Hy-Vee fuel saver for every $50 you spend. That's a 25-cent fuel saver this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Only at Hy-Vee.
If you can afford to launch yourself into space, you can pay your fair share in taxes. But billionaires and big corporations have avoided paying taxes for years. President Joe Biden's plan makes the rich pay their fair share so we can cut taxes for families with children and create millions of good jobs. Tell Senator Ron Johnson to stop putting billionaires ahead of the middle class. If you can afford to joyride in space, you can pay your fair share.
When you're the victim of an accident, it can feel like the weight of the entire world is on your shoulders. Why not let us take that crippling burden off your back? Havish, and Rotier. We fight for what's right.
Erectile dysfunction for men of all ages has become much more common. In fact, most men don't realize that 90% of erectile dysfunction is a direct result of broken down old blood vessels. This causes a lack of blood flow that is critical when achieving an erection. With our state-of-the-art technology, we're able to stimulate new stem cell growth right in our office with no pills, no needles, no surgery, and no pain.
To book your consultation and get back to natural functionability, call Peak Performance for Men today.
There's a safe way to protect our kids from COVID-19 with a vaccine for kids 12 and up. Help your kids get back to being kids again, safely. Visit vaccines.gov to find a COVID-19 vaccine near you or call 211 to learn more.
We all love reading the magazine, but did you know there's additional exclusive Madison Magazine content here on channel3000.com? Click on Madison Magazine for timely food stories and blogs on the local food scene that don't appear in the magazine. Find arts and entertainment and interesting Madisonians. There are featured columnists and online extras like photo galleries and videos. Channel 3000 and Madison Magazine. Together, they're your one source for all things Madison.
Earn a 25-cent Hy-Vee fuel saver for every $50 you spend. That's a 25-cent fuel saver this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Only at Hy-Vee.
You know, we get the taste test recipes every day here in the test kitchen that we use in the news, on our website, and in our cookbooks. And as you can imagine, this means we've tasted lots of cookies over the years. So when I say the cookies we're making today are one of my all-time favorites, you know they gotta be good. For these chocolatey delights, we start by creaming some butter and sugar together until it's nice and light. Once it is, we beat in a couple of eggs. Then we slowly add in our dry ingredients. Some flour, cocoa powder, baking powder, and a little salt. Now, to ensure that each bite is really decadent, we toss in lots of chocolate chips and chopped pecans. We'll spoon the batter onto a couple of cookie sheets and bake them off until the edges are set and the tops are still a bit soft. After they cool on a wire rack, it's time to taste test them for yourself. What you'll find is a cookie that's a bit chewy, really chocolatey, and a little crunchy, all at the same time. They're so good, these might just become your new favorite too. To get the recipe for our double chocolate chewies, all you have to do is visit our website. I'm Howard in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found a doubly good way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
All right, Howard, thank you. An Indiana farmer is getting a pretty special view of training camp for the Indianapolis Colts. The team changed the fan experience this year, restricting how close people can get to the players. But farmer Craig Wood doesn't have to worry about that. The area where the team practices used to be his crop field. His farm has also been nicknamed the unofficial backyard of the Colts.
This ground used to raise crops and of grain. And now we're raising crops of kids.
Being able to have this in our backyard is just like, wow.
Anyone can attend the Colts training camp sessions. Tickets are always free of charge. You just have to register online. And as for our beloved Packers, fans are allowed back in Green Bay this year. The trade for Randall Cobb also became official on Wednesday, and he was back practicing with the Pack yesterday. Football's right around the corner, Chris.
So is fall.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, today has been making me think of that with these temperatures into the lower 70s with what we're seeing right now in the cloud cover. But we're going to warm things up. We should make it into the mid and upper 70s for those highs as we move further towards the afternoon. 80s tomorrow. A smidge more humidity tomorrow, too. Not a lot, just a smidge. And then we'll see that chance for showers and thunderstorms into the afternoon. It's not a big one, to be honest with you. Most folks are going to stay dry tomorrow, and then you're going to be like, the weather guy said it was going to rain, and then it didn't. It'll rain for some of you tomorrow, just not for all of you. As we move towards Sunday and Monday, look for low humidity. Temperatures are going to stay into the 70s. 80s return by Tuesday, and temperatures gradually increase as we move towards next weekend.
Thank you, Chris. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you back here at 4 o'clock. We'll be on location at the CrossFit Games, so hope you can join us for that. Have a great weekend. We'll see you back here on Monday.